Hey, this is Coach Marty,
And this is Lori.
and it's time for That Sports Couple.
What?
Brought to you by
Diamond Distributing.
Colonial Exterminating Company,
Edward Jones, C. Robert Email.
Wendy Benedetto, Ladder and Blue,
Sports Pub, Dustin.
Adam Roussel, Riverbed, Chiropractic, River Parishes Trophies,
The Seafood Pod. 1, 2, 3. Welcome to That Sports Couple. This is episode 13. I hope it's a lucky 13, not an unlucky 13. Today is Thanksgiving Day. And now that we've eaten all our turkey and sweet potatoes and other stuff and had our naps and watched some football, we're here to catch you up on all the River Parishes football action and other stuff.
If I look a little sad, it's because Tulane just took it on the chin from Memphis and took away our chances of making it into the playoffs. So it's a little disappointing. But next week we're going to win the district championship and the conference championship, and right this ship and make yourself a bowl game and finish the season with 11 wins. So
that was a disappointing.
It was. But you got to protect the football, and to be a championship team, and you got to play solid defense, and we let ourselves down.
Just today goes to show you anything can happen. Didn't I just hear them say Memphis was a 2-touchdown underdog and they won?
They were. I think that was a little over too big, but they were an underdog going in, and I think that helped spur them get to prepare this week. But Memphis come up with a big win, and it was Tulane faithful have enjoyed the last few years, and today was a little disappointing.
It was a little disappointing because it was packed human. We were supposed to go, and the temperature changed, and we're getting old, and my eyes still don't work, so we decided to watch it on a big screen instead of in person.
And none of those were the reason we didn't go.
Why didn't we go?
Because of my back.
Oh, well, yeah. He's still hobbling around. But we did have a wonderful day of Thanksgiving with our family. My stepdaughter, your daughter, Courtney, who works for Tulane and was very busy today. Daniel and his wife and their 2 daughters and her parents hosted, Sheila and Steve. And we also had their daughter, Casey, and her 2 children. And your former wife, Cheryl, who's a good friend of mine. And we are one of those weird families that we all get along. Cheryl and I are good friends. We get along, and we all have our Thanksgiving and Christmases together as a big blended family. And with our daughter, Laura, who was adopted at birth, and Cheryl is her godmother. And that freaks everybody out. But we all get along, and we get together and have one big Christmas and one big Thanksgiving, and we take turns, and we get to host for Christmas Eve. So
Christmas is here.
Yeah. And if you're not busy Sunday, come to Norco. The Norco Christmas Parade will roll Sunday at 1:00 through the streets of Norco with floats and antique cars and pageant queens and the Destrehan Marching Band and the Riverside Academy Marching Band and Ain't Misbehavin' Marching Group and Santa and Mrs. Claus. Santa will arrive by helicopter on the levee right at the end of Apple Street. And if you see us out front, come say hello.
So nothing's going on.
No, it's busy. It's been busy in between eye doctors and getting ready for a parade. Mm-hmm. Here we are. We're doing a podcast. And I also wrote 2 stories this week. So there you go.
But the Riverside Rebel Angel showed up and put lights on her house.
Oh, yes. The former Rebels. Winning with Brennan Mouse and Dane Delonaville came, and they got it down now. It's like This is the 3rd year in a row. And they took about 10 minutes with their ladder and climbed up on the roof. And if you drive by my house, it's worth it. You'll see. It's so pretty. Makes this old house look nice.
Yes, it
does. But we're here to talk about football, right?
Right.
All right, let's talk about last week. Last week was an interesting week. We went in. We had 7 teams start the playoffs. A couple of them got to rest the first week. everybody played last week, and now there are 3. So let's talk about what happened last week.
Well, I thought we'd have more. I did. I thought we'd have more. I thought there were some losses that teams that I didn't think were going to lose, and but like once again, you get to the playoffs, and anything can happen because it was all one night.
Yep.
And scores happen, and games go down, and we watched Hahnville play their second playoff game for Coach Greg Boyne. They played Chalmette. It looked like they had the game in hand at times. And Chalmette just wouldn't give up, wouldn't give in, and came back and scored
And
late.
they didn't listen to my scouting report last week.
And Lori kept saying, don't kick it.
Don't kick it to him. And what did he do?
Took it to the house.
Took it to the house.
Big
one.
And I think that changed the game. I think
so.
I think Hahnville was in control till that special teams mistake, and then Chalmette made a stop, and then they got the ball back and went down the field.
And there was a little.
Oh no, there was some controversy.
The Hahnvillians think that there was a wrong call down at the end, and.
But let's just say this: if he was inbounds, it was one of the most spectacular catches you'll ever see a high school kid make.
The referee was far away.
He was as far away from the play as we are from you.
Oh, we are from you. I am from you. He's closer than all of us.
He made the call, and it went Chalmette's way, and they ended up holding on and winning the game. Hahnville came down the field and drove all the way down, and threw the ball in the end zone on the last play. It got broken up, and they ended up losing 35-31. So it was a great game. We got a chance to watch it.
So this is one of those things that, Chalmette beat Terrebonne.
Mm-hmm.
So, am I supposed to root for Chalmette because they beat Terrebonne? You know what I mean? Y'all all say you want the team that beat you to win.
You'd like to win, but that sounds good after the fact.
Exactly. So,
but
not that I was rooting against Hahnville or anything, but Chalmette beat Terrebonne, and Chalmette beat Hahnville, and now Chalmette's going to get to take the bus to Neville, right?
Yep.
They get to go all the way to Neville.
They get to go play the number 1 seed.
Have fun.
And have selling any bus tickets either.
Oh,
at least Hahnville doesn't.
There you go.
Yep. Because the next game is Destrehan, and
they're selling bus tickets.
Destrehan selling bus tickets because
quite a few.
They pulled out. They went all the way to Shreveport last week and played Northwood Shreveport and beat them 63-21.
And Northwood is one of those teams that I have been following for the Shreveport Bossier website up there, and I think a lot of people did not think it was going to be that lopsided. Let's just put it that way.
Well, they were a 7 seed, and they don't. Most fans up in there don't know what that kind of program and history that Destrehan has.
That's correct.
And Destrehan came up there with bad intentions, let's just say. And now that they're back to full strength, they're going to be a viable playoff team. And once again, they're going to travel back to Shreveport this week, and they're going to play Airline, and Airline's the number 2 seed. So we're going to see exactly.
That's going to be interesting because Airline's one of those teams that has given up a whole lot of points, and
scored a whole lot
of points, but they've also given up a lot of points.
They have the top quarterback in the state.
They do.
Second.
Right now he's second.
He was the top quarterback last year.
No, the other he's gunning for the top guy. I think it was one of the Booty kids or one of the Dunn boys from Shreveport. Shreveport likes the third.
I'm talking about
this year.
Oh
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
He's been the top quarterback for the last couple of years.
Yes.
And it'll be a big test, but Destrehan's got plenty of athletes, and it'll be fun.
Yeah. Dabney scored 6 touchdowns last week. Yeah. That's impressive.
And then we move on to our 4A team. Cecilia 49, Lutcher 41.
I didn't see that one coming.
No one did, except Dwayne.
Yeah, he said they were good.
He called them out, not knowing they were even going to be as an opponent, as one of the top teams. Said, don't look at their record. Don't get caught up in that. And they came in as an 18 seed. And 18 seed? Yeah. An 18 seed and knocked off Lutcher in what was a classic offensive battle. But just nobody could stop anybody. And Cecilia even was able to run out the clock at the end with a couple first downs.
I thought sure we were going to see Letcher in the dome.
So that was one of the teams that we thought Letcher was, was real good and real talented, and they played some good teams during the season. So there was no reason to think think this might happen. And of course, that's high school football. That's what makes it fun. And then we moved down to Donaldsonville and St. James, and we told you
We
probably
kind of
didn't
saw
think-
that one coming.
we knew that wasn't going to be a contest, and it wasn't. A 3A game.
Went about the same way as the first one did.
Yeah, and St. James wins 48-6, and they dominate from the first whistle to the end, and they'll move on to play Pine.
I don't know. I had to write a preview on our 3 teams that are playing, and I tried to do some research on Pine, and there was not like one story written on Pine this year. Talk about flying under the radar. But they do have a wide receiver / DB, DJ Garrett, who had, I think, 2 or 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He was the defensive player of the week. 3 interceptions.
2 touchdowns, 3
interceptions. He was the defensive player of the week. So he's all that
for Go Prep.
Yes.
And he had a great game. And right now we just found out the story for us for that game. Now it's going to be up in the broadcast booth.
Following in our footsteps, isn't he?
VSN is covering the game.
And guess who your color guy is going to be?
And he's play-by-play.
Oh, he's play-by-play?
Daniel Luquette will be play-by-play at the game with Robert Valdez as his color.
Oh, I can't wait. That's going to be so much fun.
So, back in the 90s, I used to do Hahnville and Destrehan games as the play-by-play man. And
there he goes. He's running down the field. It's going to be a touchdown.
Well, I didn't say I was a good announcer. I said I was.
You were excellent.
But all the guys at the plant, so I used to do the home game of whoever Hahnville or Destrehan was home because we weren't traveling.
WADU, the big Wadu. Those were the days.
We would do it to the guys in the plant who, just turn the radio on and work, and follow the game. And I'll be totally honest with you. I was a recreation director at the time. I became more famous as a play-by-play guy than I ever was anything I ever did in my life.
Crazy.
Because everybody, man, you're the guy on the radio, and we love that.
And they used to do a pregame.
They're at Monsanto, and
they used to do a pregame show in the middle of the week from some bar. Sometimes it was a sports pub. It was occasions and Luling, and they would get the 2 coaches together, and they would and talk about the game, sort of like Eric Ritchie does it now and Ken Trahan does it now. One of those things, and we had some adventures
that we can tell those stories.
That'll be a bonus edition.
But those were fun. Rivalry games to get the 2 coaches together. Of course, all they did was talk about how good the other guy was.
Yeah,
but it was still fun.
It was all
but the fans would come and give each other a hard time. And our next game was Madison Prep and St. Charles. Madison Prep wins 34-20. St. Charles, I knew they were going to have their hands full going up to Baton Rouge to play a team with that much speed and talent and size. They're big and strong. But, kudos to Wayne Stein for holding that group together and making it into the second round of the playoffs. And because that thing could have unraveled.
Yeah.
But
rough start.
But the quality of the kids and they weren't going to allow that to happen at St. Charles. And
they're still a good team. This was their first year playing up in class and a brutal schedule, and everybody goes through growing pains like that. So I'm not worried about the St. Charles program at all.
No. And then West St. John played Mangum.
They had a rough trip.
And they went up to Shreveport as well.
Monroe. Mangum's near Monroe.
Oh, is it?
The other way.
Okay. Still was a rough one. 44-6, they were never. They actually scored first.
And then it was all Mangum after that.
He was 6-0 West St. John.
And then we figured
out the lights didn't go out.
Mangum gets to go to South Plaquemine this week, and I think we figured out that might be the longest.
There's no easy way to South Plaquemine.
From Mangum.
There's no short way.
That
even when you hit Bell Chase,
that might be the longest travel for any team in the playoffs this week.
Yeah, It's going to be a long trip.
Yep.
And Riverside played Hamilton Christian and destroyed them. Boogie put on a show.
Ooh, did they?
And
little trick play, a little trickeration there.
49-6, and made their step. But this week, they played in the playoffs before, and they're going to Ascension Catholic. It's
And
not
Lowell Narcisse, the former St. James quarterback all-star, who, God, did he have a rough career, huh? To both his ACLs in high school, and then had an ankle injury that really hampered his college prospects. And now he's coaching at Ascension Catholic, and apparently has found his calling there.
And they're outstanding, and they go in as the number 2 seed, so 2 plays 7, and but Riverside with plenty of offense and a great coaching staff, they're gonna it's gonna
be a good one.
My opinion, it's probably the game of the week. I'm looking forward to that one the most.
Could be,
because I think it's gonna be.
You're not looking forward to hearing your kid on TV.
Well, that'll be interesting too. But as far as the game itself, I mean, come on, these guys are, this is a rivalry. This is down the road.
Oh, I know. I know.
We played in the playoffs before, and it's not,
And Lowell is a St. James grad, and Lee is a Letcher grad, although not at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I asked Lee if he knew him, and he said, yeah, he taught him in 6th grade PE.
And he recruited.
And he recruited him when he was at Nichols, and Lowell was
leaving LSU.
Leaving LSU, looking for a new home. So there you go.
So we're down to 3.
3 teams left. One in St. John, one in St. Charles, and one in St. James. There you go. So,
Riverside Academy, St. James High School, and Destrehan High School.
So we could conceivably have 3 champions from all 3 of the river parishes. That would make Christmas fun.
Well, we got a lot of work to do. They still have 2 more games to even get to the dough. So a lot of football left to play, a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. And when we come back, we're going to talk a different sports.
Come back. Go visit our sponsors, please. Brought to you by Diamond Distributing. They're the guys who deliver the Hubig's pies.
Lemon!
No apple. If you don't see your favorite pie and freeze-dried goodies at your store, have them call Diamond Distributing.
Brought to you by Colonial Exterminating Company, a local family-owned company that will help you get rid of your termites, pests, and rodents. They're a Christ-based company looking forward to serving you.
Brought to you by Robert Hemel at Edward Jones Investing on Belterre Boulevard in Laplace. Trust Robert with all your investment needs.
Brought to you by Riverbend Chiropractic. Come see Dr. Adam Roussel for pain relief. His decompression table will change your life. Call Riverbend Chiropractic in Destrehan. Brought to you by Wendy Benedetto at Ladder and Bloom. If you are buying or selling your home, call the best in the business. Let Wendy Benedetto get you home.
Brought to you by the Sports Pub in Destrehan. For fabulous food and big screen TVs, come to the Sports Pub for all the action. It's a must after your big game. Brought to you by Tri-Parish Trophies in Reserve. When it's time to acknowledge someone's accomplishments, let Tri-Parish Trophies help. They're also your sign and printing professionals. Let them help you. They're a family-owned company. Brought to you by the Seafood Pot in New Sarpy, the best seafood in the river parishes. Crabs, shrimp, seafood platters, po' boys, and those daiquiris. Doesn't get any better than the Seafood Pot. Welcome back to That Sports Couple, episode 13. I hope it's a lucky number.
We talked for 3 teams.
There you go. Well, we talked about football. We have 3 teams left in the playoffs. 2 on the road, St. James at home. But we're also we talked last week about swimming. The swim meet was taking place last weekend, and it was taking place while we were recording. So we need to update you. The Letcher Bulldogs, they may be out of the football playoffs, but they finished second. The boys finished second in Division III swimming. And
did they get a runner-up trophy?
I do not know. And then I'm assuming the LHSA loves their trophies. I think they get a discount. And St. Charles Catholic finished third in boys Division 3. And then in girls Division 3, St. Charles Catholic finished third. So we did pretty darn good swimming. St. Charles is always, and Letcher has a pool. They're the only one that has a pool. If they don't win, shame on them.
Well, St. Charles doesn't. I don't even know if they put up teams. They used to. I don't know. If I didn't hear anything about them being.
They were always very strong in swimming.
Doing anything in the tournament. So.
Oh well.
So I have no idea.
So there you go. So congratulations, St. Charles Catholic, y'all, on your strong showing, and congratulations to the Letcher Bulldogs on your excellent strong showing. I know St. Charles Catholic also suffered a loss this week. I did not know this gentleman, but judging from the outpouring of concern and sympathy for him, John Talley, who was the track coach and assistant football coach and I think he was the strength weightlifting coach at St. Charles Catholic, passed away Saturday. Our condolences to all of you in St. Charles Catholic family and the track and field family. I know he was much beloved by his fellow track and field coaches. And anytime a coach passes away, it hurts a lot of young people and old people sometimes too.
Well, coaches have so much influence on the lives of kids and their players, and that anyone they've been around, you end up. Everyone feels that grief.
Yes.
And come on, let's face it, the most beloved people in your past have always been your coaches if you were an athlete. So.
Correct. And teachers. I'm still in touch with my high school English teacher, Mr. Royston, and my speech teacher, Miss Benda. They both came to my book signing in Homa in 2011. And my journalism teacher, Miss LaRose, was planning on going to the Hall of Fame ceremony. I had a ticket for her. I had a seat for her at our table, and she was diagnosed with cancer like weeks before and passed away shortly thereafter. So I was still in touch with several teachers. I'm still friends on Facebook with my 4th grade teacher, Miss Pellegrin, who is still teaching. She still teaches at Covenant Christian, I believe, or Homa Christian, one of the two.
Well, if you hadn't heard already, we talked about teasing about me Ubering.
Oh, yeah.
And this week I picked up one of my old students.
There you go.
And Coach Cat, she was all excited that I was her Uber driver. And, I picked up quite a few interesting people.
And the boy from West St. John.
I picked up a guy, not a boy,
a man
from West St. John, and grew up in that guard. And he actually had. I asked him if he knew Lori because he played football, and he said he knew of her and he knew her. But she never interviewed him because he wasn't one of those guys.
Must have been an offensive lineman.
And then he said, I said I was the baseball coach at Destrehan, and he asked me my name. When I told him, he said, I came to your camps every year as a kid, so it was kind of old moment.
See, you just never know the touch you have on people. It's pretty amazing. And today at Thanksgiving lunch, Marty's ex-wife Cheryl was a teacher. Sheila was a speech therapist. His daughter-in-law, Corey, is a teacher. Daniel was a teacher for a long time. Corey's sister, Casey, is a teacher. And we all started talking teaching because that's what teachers do. And we were talking about some of the funniest things kids have ever said. Like when I was in sixth grade at Emily Watkins, one of the kids said, "Miss Lyons, is your hair supposed to look like that?" And then at Riverside, not too long ago, one of the students said, "Miss Lyons, you're not like a real teacher. You're just like somebody's weird mom."
Well, I kind of agree with him.
Those are the memories that we take with us. Stories we could tell. I'm writing a book. I am definitely writing a book.
Well, my favorite was one of my students, and he was sincere as can be. He asked me, "Coach, what was the world like when it was in black and white?"
You say.
I said, "No, the world wasn't in black and white. Just the television was in black and white." Oh.
You say that, but one of the assignments I gave my creative writing students every year on my birthday was describe what you think the world was like in 1962. And they all said it was boring because there was no video games and no cell phones and everything was black and white. And I was like, y'all, no, no, that's not how that worked.
It's strange.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, all right. All right. So we had Thanksgiving lunch today. And Martin, look, let me tell you, God bless Valson Luquette Sr., also known as Pappy, for teaching this man how to cook a proper turkey. He slow cooks it overnight, puts it on for what, an hour at, tell him, what do you do?
First hour is 400 to get it cranked up, and then I put it at 225, leave it overnight.
And you wake up
10
and
to
the
12
whole
hours,
house,
depending on the size of the turkey.
oh, the whole house just smells so good, like turkey.
Now we make a pork and
Sage.
a pork and ground beef dressing with bread. That we take the bread and we wet it and we wring all the water out and put that in there. So, and then we season it and sage it, and we put that in the turkey, and that comes out fabulous too.
Yes.
Everybody loves that.
And I make dirty rice, and everybody loves my dirty rice. Basically, rice and ground beef and gidries, and a little
Salt,
bit of
pepper.
and a little Tony's, a little seasonal, and a little broth just to make it stick together. And it went. There was nothing to take home today. And so what other sides? Oh, and his ex-wife Cheryl makes the sweet potatoes, and she makes one with the marshmallows on top, which everybody loves, and then she makes one with the pecans on top, the quarter two sisters recipe, and I love that. She does that just for me. But they also had some artichoke casserole. They had green bean casserole, rice with some onions in it, corn and grits, which Laura's future husband Gavin really likes.
Potatoes,
gratin potatoes, scalloped potatoes, two different kinds of buns. I'm like, oh my God! So yes, we were comatose and not in the mood to go cheer at a football game.
With temperature dropping.
Yeah, but I did get the T-shirt. That's cool. So
I'd had to limp my way out of there.
There you go. All right. What else are we going to talk about? What's your favorite side dish?
Loaded question. I love scalloped potatoes. You know
Those
that.
were good.
Those are very good today. And but I like the dressing that I make. Dirty rice, all right.
My granddaughter's like, did you make? She's wearing the shirt. She's got to have the dirty rice. So yeah, there you go.
We opened the trunk of the SUV, and the dirty rice was sitting there, and they came running to see us, and she saw it. Oh yeah, you made it! You made it! Like she wasn't.
That's my dish. That's what I'm supposed to bring. Courtney brings the bread. I bring her the dirty rice. Cheryl brings the sweet potatoes. Corey also made this cheese, this marinated cheese with garlic and olive oil. I looked at that and I went, And I said, well, let me try it. And on a Ritz cracker, I almost couldn't eat dinner. It was so good. I ate a bunch of that. That was really good.
Well, I sat in the room. The cripple sat in the back room. Watched a little bit of the Macy's Day Parade and then the football game. And Steve had surgery on his ankle, and I'm still getting my back into shape. And so we sat in the back room and just
the old guys.
Yeah,
the old guys. Old guys.
So we missed most of that party, you know.
There you go. All right. Well, that's week 13. We didn't have a special guest because, it's a holiday and we let everybody do their own thing.
Yeah.
So you can listen to us on the way to the game, hopefully, or on the way home. And hopefully you'll all be going back home with a win. And we'll be talking about 3 teams next week.
And I just want to take a minute to talk about what we're thankful for and what is so special about the River Parishes and what makes me so proud to be have made my career in the River Parishes and to be a part of everything that's gone on. And it's the quality of the people in the River Parishes and the way they love their sports and the way they get after it and the way they support it and all the things that make it special. Because, look, I've coached in some places that did not happen, and it's not fun. And we see the other side sometimes where we're playing somebody from somewhere else, and we see the 25 people in the stands, and you go, man, those poor kids.
Yeah.
And they are going, and that is absolutely true. It is
Yeah,
poor.
we've seen it.
They just don't get the support and the community support and the stuff at school and the pep rallies and all the things that go with high school sports. Um, we're very blessed with the special men we have that are coaching our teams. Since it's football season and we're talking about football season, you know, we look at the guys that are in charge and what quality people they are and what kind of program they run and what a job they're doing in creating young men to be a part of our community, because you can't create football players.
No.
You know, they're not taking a kid who's not a great player and making him a great player. We have lots of great players, but they're changing lives, and it's so fun to watch them do that from this perspective of an old coach looking at what they're doing. You know, I really appreciate the things that are going on in these communities. And we're not talking about, don't miss one.
Right.
We're 8 for 8.
Yes, we are.
You know, we're 8 for 8. And they don't do it alone. They have a staff that steps in and
they give up
buffers.
their holiday.
Yeah.
You know, these guys gave up their holidays today to help your kids prepare to win tomorrow.
Or they had a Thanksgiving practice where they incorporated the family in and all and brought in Christ.
Yes.
This is you know what they do, and it's been just a fabulous place to be. And each of us have our own niche. Each of the schools has their own niche and the things that make it special. It's not all the
Absolutely.
same.
No.
It's not all the
Everybody's
same.
different.
You know, and which makes it even more fun because it becomes rivals. Because our niche is different than yours, our players act a little bit different than yours. You're doing certain things, we're doing certain things, but all together, they're all doing the work of Christ and making this special. And that's what I have to be thankful for as the old coach, watching what's going on and seeing all these programs and just being blessed to be able to say I was in the same profession as these guys.
That's nice. I'm thankful for the gift of sight because a week ago I thought I had lost it completely. If you know me, you know I had cataract surgery, and the first one went great. Woke up the next morning, could see perfectly, and I was like, oh, this is a piece of cake. The second one did not go as well, had some complications, and I was literally blind in this eye for several days. And they told me all about it during the surgery. That, okay, something went wrong, but it's going to be okay. It's just going to take a little longer. I was under anesthesia. I didn't remember any of it. So I really thought for a whole day, I thought something had gone horribly wrong. And it's still not where I want it to be. If I had gone to the game tonight, I probably wouldn't have been able to see.
You want to know the truth? You want the real fact of this? She was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Under anesthesia. They talked about when I went
Funny
back
all
there.
the time.
Oh, she was so funny. She was telling us this and that and the other thing. I think she was talking when they told her what to expect and she missed.
I do get a little silly when I'm under chemicals.
Yeah. Alcohol too.
Yeah, I giggle. But I'm glad it's coming back slowly. I still can't drive or anything like that, but
I look really good right now.
yes, you do. Yeah,
You
you
know,
really do.
like a movie star.
Yeah.
Till their eyes fixed, and then I'm back to where I was.
Yeah, I wrote the story for Go Preps this week on the 3 River Parishes teams, literally with one eye, like typing, like. And I said, Marty, you have to come read this and make sure it all makes sense because I wrote it with one eye. And I will edit this podcast with one eye for you because I love you and you are our audience and we care that much.
She loves you. I love her.
And I love you.
We kind of split the goal.
The line is
She
it.
stole my line.
We love you and we love each other. See you next week. Hey, Marty.
Yellow.
What did the Thanksgiving turkey say to the Christmas ham?
See you next month.
It's nice to meet you. Bye.